Okay, so join me at the mat. So if you have a bolster, oops, one thing I forgot. I knew there's always something that I forget every time.
So my icon?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not you.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to set up my headphones. And now they're connected, so now we're good. Okay, we'll try this again. So if you have a bolster or block to sit on, it's always nice to begin our first pose in Sukhasana, seated on a meditation pillow, something that allows us to lift up our hips higher than our knees. So looking at me from the front view, imagine what that would be like without the pillow. So I'm going to take it away so you don't have to imagine it all, you'll just get to see it. So see how nice and tall I'm sitting with the pillow. See how my hips are nice and open, how I feel or I appear to have a nice easy posture. Now I'm going to remove the pillow. And I can still achieve it, but did you see what happened with my hips as they are related to my knees and how it brought my knees up just slightly? And a lot of times at the end of my routine, of course, I'm totally ready for my hips to be open. But in the beginning, we just need to give the body time to release. And look what happened to my knees after I did that. They got closer to the floor. So let's sit nice and tall. Bring the crown of our head up as tall as we can bring it. Lift up our heart center. Allow our shoulders to drop back and down and start to breathe in and out of your nose. And as you breathe in and out of your nose, expand your belly out on your inhale. And on your exhale, bring it in. Inhale, expand the belly. And exhale, draw the belly in. Inhale, expand. And exhale, bring it back. Inhale, expand the belly. And exhale, draw it in. Let's link our breath with our movement. Inhale our hands overhead. And exhale, bring them out and down. Inhale, hands out and overhead. Exhale, out and down. One more inhale, out and up. And exhale, out and down. If you want to, go ahead and remove that pillow. I'm going to, because our next movement will be doing a little bit of forward folding so that we can start to open up the backs of the hips. Now I am sitting in my Sukhasana with my right foot in front. You can also take a half lotus, where you take one foot kind of closer to the other hip and one foot on top of the thigh. If your hips really have delicious rotation and are open enough to do so, you can attempt full lotus. I don't seem to have the hips that want to do full lotus. I have let go of any attachment to that particular pose. Even as a child who was flexible and could move in all kinds of ways, full lotus just didn't seem to be in my repertoire of poses to be in. So that's okay. Today it's Sukhasana for me, that's my favorite. So I have one foot in front, my right foot, my left foot is behind. What we're going to do is inhale our hands up. And then on your exhale, draw your shoulders back and down, sit up nice and tall. Take another inhale. And then on your exhale, hinge forward at the hips, moving all of it in unison. Arms, shoulders, up. Heart lifted off. Move as far forward as you can like that. And then when you can't move any further forward, drop your hands. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale, start to walk your hands forward. There are different ways that I demonstrate this, but at night my body's nice and warm and I have the extension. But you have the option to keep your hands forward, or you can even just bring them back. You can spider them out if you want to, drawing your heart center forward. You can place your forearms on the floor and just rest on your forearms. You can even tense your hands and just draw your shoulders back, draw your elbows back, and just focus on drawing the heart center forward. Many variations. It's not important that your arms have to be out in front of you. Not everybody has that mobility and that availability. Go ahead and inhale a couple of times. Take a nice inhale. And then fully exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. And I have somebody who's come into my class, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I am the one pegged, so that on the video, you get to see more of me. Me. Alrighty, excellent. So, returning back to Sukhasana now this time, I invite you to take your left foot in front, right foot behind. Inhale our hands up. And then in unison, well, first exhale, bring your shoulders down as you lift up your heart center, then take one more inhale. And then in unison, tilt it all forward, hinging from your hands high in alignment with your spine if you can, lifting up the heart center, keeping the back high, all of it one line. Take another inhale. And then on the exhale, if you're as far forward as you can go ahead and drop your hands. Allow your body to drop if that's comfortable and walk your hands forward. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, rise up. And exhale. Let's start off in Sukhasana, starting to open up our hips, not Sukhasana, I'm sorry, Malasana, garland pose. So however you get into it, you take your time. I'm just going to lift my hips up and move forward into my Malasana. So in Malasana, you have your feet nice and wide, wider than the inside of your hips, or even a little bit wider than that. Your feet can be facing forward, they can be turned out. I prefer mine turned out since it is a hip opener. But what I do encourage is sit up nice and tall in your Sukhasana. Allow your hips to drop down. If your heels can touch the floor, great. If they can't, go ahead and put a blanket on them. You can even lift your heels up. Sometimes that feels really cool. And lower them, because it allows the hips to even drop further. It allows you to create more movement in your knees. Draw your shoulders together, back and down. Let your heart together, your hands together, pose, and lift up the crown of your head. So you pick your feet position, whatever you like the most. And just breathe deeply in this pose, enjoying this hip opening and grounding pose. This pose very deeply stimulates your root chakra. It encourages deep grounding with the earth. And when we are focusing on a routine that helps us reduce our anxiety, poses like this really do help. They help you connect with the earth. They help you ground and feel secure. A lot of times depression comes from anxiety. And where does anxiety come from? Perhaps from a life that feels like it's, maybe a little bit out of our control. This helps us reconnect and recenter and find that stillness that is part of the Adi Mudra. Moosh, stop scratching my carpet. My cat is scratching the carpet. She's a bit of a handful. Take a nice inhale. And then on your exhale, place your hands on the floor and let's work our way into forward fold. But I'm going to let the cat out first because she'll make everybody unhappy. Goodbye. She's a dish that one. So working our way into forward fold, you can keep your legs nice and wide as they were in Sukhasana. And initially, you can bend your legs and just focus on drawing the heart center down. Your legs can be deeply bent. It's totally fine. I do not want you to feel this in the lower spine. So I'm going to show you from the side what it looks like to have those bent legs. And notice that my arms are bent too as I draw my elbows back so that I can draw my shoulders back. And as I draw my shoulders back, this exposes my heart center and allows my heart center to float down towards the floor. And do you know where I feel this as a result? I don't feel it here. I feel it all along the back of my legs. So enjoy that initial forward fold all along the back of the legs. Go ahead and drop your crown. And shake out your head gently. Maybe make some circles. Turn it from side to side. Release any tension on your head. Take an inhale. And then on your exhale, go ahead and roll up. Allow your arms to dangle down. When you arrive at the top, keep your chin to your chest, kind of rolling over. And then allow yourself to roll down again on your inhale. Allow your arms to be like heavy. Again, just forward fold, bend your legs deeply, lay across your thighs, drop your crown, no tension. And then inhale, bend your legs deeply and roll back up. Again, allowing your arms to be heavy. Keep your chin to your chest. Arrive at the top, inhale your shoulders up. And on your exhale, bring them back down, lifting up the crown of your head. Let's do that one more time. It feels so good to do it in this unique way. Take a nice inhale. And then on your exhale, drop chin to chest. Start to roll the shoulders down. Start to roll the body down, bend the knees. Allow the arms to be heavy as you fold down over your legs. Drop the crown. No tension. Allow gravity to do the work of pulling the tension out of you. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend your legs deeply. And roll up again, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, bring your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, bring them back down. Lift up your heart center, lift up the crown of your head. And find yourself at the top in standing mountain pose. Inhale, bring your hands up and overhead. And then exhale, grow your spine long, drawing the crown of your head up to the sky as you lower your arms. Inhale, arms out and up. And then on your exhale, bring your hands out to the side. Bend your legs again as you forward fold. Allow your hands to go to the floor. Drop your crown. Place your hands either on the floor or on your shins and draw your heart center and your crown forward into a flat spine on your inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up with a flat spine. And then exhale, bring hands to heart center. We are setting up for our sun salutations. Inhale. Exhale the hands down. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, swan dive. Forward fold. Drop your crown. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale, let's take a grounding movement while we take our right foot back and drop our right knee. Inhale our hands up. Exhale. Allow our hips to move forward as we draw our shoulders down and lift up our heart center. Inhale. Exhale, circle your hands down. Move your left knee back to join your right. And walk your hands forward in puppy dog. Keep your hips lifted, draw your belly button in. Extend the shoulders without dropping the heart center yet. And keep the back from arching by pulling the belly button in. Just go for extension and length. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring that right foot forward and then inhale your hands up. Exhale, moving your hips forward as you draw your shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale, circle your hands, tuck your left toes and bring your left foot to join your right. Inhaling into a flat spine. Exhaling down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale your hands down. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hands to the ground, drop your crown. Inhale, rise up into that flat spine. Exhale down and take your left foot back, dropping your knee to ground your toes. Inhale, lifting up the arms. Exhale, drawing your shoulders down as you move your hips forward. Inhale. Exhale, circle the hands down. Then bring your right foot back to join the left. Up on your knees, walk forward into puppy dog pose. Going for extension, draw the belly button in as you keep the hips lifted high. Drawing the hands forward, stretching out the shoulders. Maybe your forehead is touching the ground. Notice how that makes you feel. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bringing your left foot forward. Inhale, rise your hands up. Exhale, draw the shoulders down as you move your hips forward. Take one more inhale and lift up your arms. Exhale, circle the hands down. Tuck your right toes and bring your right foot to join your left. Inhale into a flat spine and exhale down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a nice inhale. Now we're going to go into a traditional movement, higher lunges. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, our hands down. Inhale, our hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Draw the crown down. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale, placing hands on the floor. Take your right foot back into that high lunge. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, sink your hips, bending that left front knee deeply. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale, circle your hands down. Take your left foot back into downward facing dog. Push your dog back in space. Draw your hips high and away. Draw the belly button in. So it's the same movement as puppy dog, but now you're up on your feet. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, push those hips back. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right foot forward. Into that high lunge again. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, sink them down as you bend your front right knee. Inhale. Exhale, circle your hands down. Left foot to join right. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, our hands down. Inhale, our hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Drop our crown. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down. Take our left foot back in space. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, drop the hips as you bend your front knee deeply. Inhale. Exhale, circle your hands down. Move your right foot back to join your left and downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, draw the shoulders away from the ears as you draw your hips back. All movement is back and up. Maybe your heels touch the floor, maybe they don't. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left foot forward. Rise up into that high lunge. Exhale, sink your hips. Bend your left knee deeply. Nice inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a nice inhale. Exhale the hands down. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale, hands down. Let's float back into our plank. So bend our legs deeply. Inhale. And with your exhale, move your feet back. And hold your plank pose for 3 breaths. Inhale, 1. Exhale. 2. Draw your heart center forward. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 1 more inhale. Exhale, lower chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, moving forward into upward facing dog. Exhale, moving back into downward facing dog. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, pushing our hips back in space. Inhale, we'll rise up our right leg to hip height. Exhale. Inhale, lift it up a little bit higher. And then on your exhale, go ahead and open up the hips. Draw your right foot back towards your right buttocks or left. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, bring knee to nose, and move it all the way through into that high lunge. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, open it up into warrior 2. Take a nice inhale. And exhale. Inhale again. Widen your stance if that's available to you. Inhale. Exhale, reverse that into peaceful warrior. Drawing your hand all the way up to the ceiling. Allowing your left hand to rest peacefully, softly on your left leg. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale. Return back to warrior 2. Clasp your hands behind you. Drawing your hands on your inhale down to the ground as you lift up your heart center. Allow a little arch in your back as you look up. Take a nice inhale. And then on your exhale, let's move into humble warrior. So you might adjust your stance slightly for that. Drawing your right shoulder on the inside of your right knee. Move your hips slightly to the left to keep them aligned. If it's available, draw your hands overhead and blade as you drop your crown. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. Whenever we drop our crown, we are combating depression. We are connecting with our inner self. Take 1 more inhale. Fully exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, return our hands back to warrior 2 arms. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, circle them down. Your right foot back to join left. And let's take a side plank. Place our right hand underneath our heart center. Twist our feet to the right. Push our hands up into our hips. And then lift up. Or push our hips up into the hand, I'm sorry. And then lift up that left hand. Open up your shoulders. And hold this for 3 breaths. 1. 2. 3. Exhale, dropping that hand down. Let's go to the other side. Flip our feet to the right. Place our right hand on our right hip. Move our hip up to the hand. Draw our right shoulder back as we lift up our right hand. Inhale and exhale 3 times. 1. 2. 3. Exhale. Drop that right hand down. Moving back into plank. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, lower chaturanga dandasana. Inhaling into upward facing dog. Exhale, moving into downward facing dog. Moving your hips back. Take a nice cleansing breath. Inhale. shoulders away from the ears, down your back. Move your hips back in space. Create as much length as you can from tailbone to your wrists. Inhale. Exhale, push away. One more inhale. Fully exhale. Inhale, bring right foot to hip height. Exhale. Inhale, lift it up higher. And then exhale, open up the hip. Bend your knee, drawing your right heel back towards your buttocks. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, bring knee to nose. And all the way through. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, opening up into warrior two. You're going to see it from behind, so this is good. You get to see the alignment of the back. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, sink the hips as you bend that left leg more deeply. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, let's reverse that into peaceful warrior. Bringing our left hand up to the ceiling, allowing our right arm to rest gently on our left leg. Maybe even bend, right arm on the right leg. Maybe bend that left leg more deeply. Take a nice inhale and reach. Exhale, return back to warrior two. Arms, clasp them behind your back. And then on your inhale, lift up your heart center as you draw your hands down. Maybe allowing an arch in the back. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, moving forward into humble warrior. I'm sorry, getting my warriors confused. Drawing my hips to the right. Left arm on the inside of my left knee. Bringing my arms overhead as I drop my crown. Take a nice inhale. Fully exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bringing them back to warrior two. Arms, take a nice inhale. Exhale, circle them down. Move your left foot back to join the right. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale, lower chaturanga dandasana. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Take an inhale. And then on your exhale, move it back. Maybe your heels touch the ground this time. Maybe you've created enough extension on the back of your legs, in your hamstrings, along your Achilles tendon to release. Take a nice inhale. And on your exhale, drop your knees. Toes together. Widen the knees as we move back into child's pose. And in child's pose, I encourage you, place your forehead on the mat. Observe what that feels like. Observe the grounding quality of that. Observe what it feels like to bring down your energy. Does it help lower your anxiety? Does it make you feel more connected with the earth? Breathe fully in and out of the nose, expanding the belly. And on your exhale, contracting your belly. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale fully. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. Let's initially place our heels together. Let's take one of Steven's favorite poses, rabbit.
Oh, yes.
Get up on top of your toes, sitting on your heels. And you're going to reach behind and grab your heels. And roll down. draw your heels inward, draw your shoulders down, and allow the crown of your head to rest on the mat. Just draw all the energy inward, strengthen the belly, draw the shoulders down, feel those abdominal muscles firing off, holding on firmly to your heels. Take one more inhale, and then exhale, rise up. That really is a strengthening pose. Firing off all those abdominal muscles with a lot of purpose. Let's take our hands out and overhead on the inhale. And then exhale, clasp them behind your back. We're going to repeat that blade, but now we're going to do it from a seated position. So sitting on top of your legs, feet flat on the floor, hips sitting on top of your heels. Take a nice inhale and draw your hands down, lifting up your heart center. And then on your exhale, moving forward to lay across your thighs, allow your forehead to go onto the floor, and draw your hands overhead. This is called the Seal of Yoga pose. So you're grounding your body to the earth. You're connecting with the earth by your forehead, your third eye chakra. And you're engaging in a beautiful shoulder opener. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, feel free to release those arms. Now, let's widen our heels. Keep our knees together. It smells fireplace smoke from somewhere. We have a window open here. And allow your hips to go in between, here goes Steve, to go in between your feet. So you're now sitting in hero. So, unlike Steven, I cannot lay backwards in this pose. I'll be in pain for days. But if you can, feel free. You can move back to any degree that works for you. I can go as far as my elbows, but I'll never try to lay my whole body down. It moves my sacroiliac joints out of alignment. And I would rather be safe than sorry later just for the knowledge that I could make it all the way to the floor. I can make it to the floor, but it's not comfortable. If you want to, if you're up on your elbows like me, go ahead and take like a modified fish. Drop your head back. Lift up your heart center off of your shoulders. So you're creating space for your neck, creating space for your chest, and drop your head back. Just get into that sensation, that release at the crown of your head in the opposite direction. One more inhale, and then on your exhale, draw chin to chest, and then rise up gently out of that. Let's continue to move forward into tabletop pose. These are my creative transitions, don't you love them? Let's inhale into cow, lifting up the heart center as we drop our udders down, drawing our shoulders back and away. And then on your exhale, let's move into cat. Sorry, I kind of put too much pressure on my trachea. Draw your back up to the ceiling. Allow your tailbone to drop. Sorry about that, everybody. I will not do that. Hold on a minute, I gotta get some water. I haven't done that in a long time. Okay, I'm back. I think what happens is sometimes I overextend my neck and it dries out my throat. So So let's inhale into cow again. And exhale, bring the back up to the ceiling into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. And inhale one more time into cow. Drawing up your heart center, drawing your shoulders back and down. Exhale into that flat spine. And go ahead, keeping your feet flat on the floor, keeping this neutral spine. On your inhale, lift up your knees. This is strengthening all of your abdominal muscles. See how long you can hold this. Let's go for 5 breaths. 3, 4, 5. Exhale, lower down. Sit your hips back. Line your knees and take child pose again. Reaching your hands forward, feeling your forehead drop to the floor. One more inhale. Exhale, rise up. Let's move into sunbird. Lifting up our left heel to hip height. Lifting up our right arm so that it is in alignment with our shoulder. Draw the heel back. Draw the arm forward. Draw the belly button up against the spine. Create as much extension as you can, making sure that extension comes from the middle. As if you had a cross on your body that starts. The middle point of that cross is where your belly button is. And one arm of the cross reaches out in front of you, and the other one, the opposite one, reaches out behind you. Take one more inhale. Exhale, reach behind. Grab your right ankle, and let's move into a back bend. Kicking our left foot up as we raise up our heart center. Open up that hip. Feel the opening. One more inhale. And then exhale, release that. Go back into sunbird with grace and control. And on your exhale, drop your right hand, drop your left knee. Inhale into cow. Exhale, moving into cat. Inhale, return to neutral spine. Take a nice inhale. Fully exhale. Inhale, raise up your right foot. Raise up your left hand. Inhale. Drawing your belly button in. Reach the heel back. Reach the hand forward. As if somebody is shaking your hand, drawing in one direction, and somebody else is pulling your heel in the other direction. Continue to draw the belly button up as you create this extension. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach around. Grab your left ankle. Inhale, lift up your foot. Exhale. Inhale, lift up again. Kicking your ankle into your hand. Creating extension, arching your back. One more inhale. And then exhale. Release that with control. Left hand in front, right heel behind. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, drop both the knee and the hand. Move into cow. Exhale, move into cat. Let's do cow one more time. Inhale. And then exhale, moving into cat. Let's sit back again in child's pose, remembering that we are grounding. We are connecting to the earth. We are seeking security. We are setting our foundation.
your stretch. Take your left hand behind your back and reach for the top of your right thigh and draw your left shoulder back. This opens up the hips. And this opens up the chest. And it creates a nice little stretch along the back of your right shoulder and create space between your right ear and your right shoulder. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, lift up your arm and bring it back to its position overhead in front. Take your right arm out, place it in front. Take a nice inhale. And then on your exhale, thread your left arm underneath your right leg across your left shoulder. You can stay like this if you want, or you can bring your right arm behind you and reach for the top of your left thigh. Drawing your right shoulder back. Take a nice inhale. And exhale, drawing it back. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, lift up your right arm. Bring it back overhead. Lift up again.
Let's do something fun with our heart center. Let's take our hands out to the side like a spider and just allow our heart center to fall down to the floor. Just focus on drawing your shoulder blades together. Elbows are pointed towards the ceiling. Chin and chest towards the floor. Just feel the opening of your chest. One more inhale. And exhale, rise up. Rise up onto your knees. Let's take a couple of camel poses before we head into one final playful pose. I said we would probably do tree. I want to find a creative way to get us into tree tonight, and then we'll go back to it. So go ahead and tuck your toes, standing up tall on your knees. Lift up your heart center. Draw the shoulders down as you lift up your heart center. Allow the arch of your back to come from lifting up the heart center and allowing it to curl behind. Let's first take our hands and reverse prayer so you can find that part in your back. Place your hands together in reverse prayer right underneath your shoulder blades, right connecting your lower part of your back with that place underneath your shoulder blades. Go ahead and curl your back over your hands, drawing your shoulders back and down, lifting the heart up, maybe moving your hips forward. Take one more inhale, and then exhale, draw your chin to your chest, rise up. Sit back down, and fold forward over your legs. Take an inhale, and fully exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. Tuck your toes again. Now we're going to move into our camel. So inhale our hands out and up. And then exhale, bring your hands down in a circle, reaching for your heels. Inhale, lifting up your heart center. Exhale, curling your upper back. Continue to lift up and out of your hips. Inhale. Exhale, curl some more. Maybe move your hips forward this time. Inhale, lift up the heart. Exhale, curl back. One more inhale. And then exhale, chin to chest. Pull the belly button into the spine, rise up. Sit back on your heels. And lower your heart. Full torso over your legs. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. your hands up. Exhale, circle them around and drop them behind you. Inhale, lift up your heart center. Exhale, curling back, maybe moving your hips forward. Inhale, lift up the heart. Exhale, move the hips forward. One more inhale. And then exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Bring the belly button in. Sit back and lay over your legs. Inhale, rise up. And we'll just move up to the top of the short side of the mat. So imagine your mat, or the top of the front of your mat. I'm not sure which way your mat is turned, but so that you can face the camera and see what I'm doing. So let's go into tree. Let's do one more tree, and then we'll do a couple of stretches, and then we're going to move into Shavasana. Believe it or not, we've been at this almost an hour. How does the time go so quickly? Tuesday night yoga. Thankful to my friend Steven over here who brings the live music. Ever so grateful. Okay, so inhale your hands overhead. And then exhale, pick your foot position. So rise up on your left toes, keep your right foot grounded, lift up and out of your hips, turn your knee rather to the left. You can keep your foot grounded, you can have your toes pointed towards the floor but not touching. You can have your foot wrapped around your calf, or if you have cooperative pants, you can bring it all the way to the top of the leg. There's one more variation, but I'm not crazy about that variation. Just lift up and out. You can even take like this mountain pose with your arms, where you draw your shoulders back, your hands are in prayer above head, but your arms are bent so your elbows are out. Or you can have them straight up overhead rather. But continue to lift up and out of the hips. Notice how I'm not sinking into that right hip because I'm lifting. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, circle your hands down. Maybe bring them to prayer pose behind the back. How deep are your tree roots that they keep you nice and stable? How strong is your tree trunk that's holding you up? Take another inhale. Exhale your hands down, then inhale them back up. And then exhale with control. Release your left foot. Maybe wiggle out the tension you may have created by standing tall on your left foot. Next side is easy. You know what makes it easy? Because you're going to smile. All right. Feet together. Create your foundation. Create your roots. Inhale your hands up. Exhale. Get up on your right toes. Lift up out of your left hip. Turn your knee to the right. You can take foot grounded. Hi, Maya Corellin Po. Toes pointed towards the floor. Foot wrapped around the calf muscle. Or perhaps brought all the way to the top of the leg. And now Steve just got me out of Po. Yoga with animals, always exciting. Lifting up and out. Creating extension. Making your tree grow as tall as you can. Maybe taking those arms that I described where your elbows are out to the side, shoulders are drawn together, heart is lifted, fingers are pointed above, or you can rise your hands all the way up overhead and just create as much length and height in your tree as you can. How strong are your roots? How deep do they go? How strong is the trunk of your tree? Take a nice inhale and draw your hands up. Exhale, circle them down and take that reverse prayer pose. Hands behind the back, draw your shoulders back. Lift up your heart center, continue to lift out of your hips. Take a nice inhale. Exhale your hands down. Inhale your hands up. And then exhale, bring them to heart center. And drop that right foot with control. Wiggle it out a little bit. And so, let's widen our feet again. Take our way down to Malasana. Moving the hips back in space as we drop them down to the floor. Again, sitting nice and tall, drawing the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Use this as a meditative opportunity. Ask yourself, how do you feel? How is your breathing? You've been moving slowly, mindfully for the last hour, really harnessing the breath. When we do that, we can do so much. Clears the mind, calms the nervous system, and makes us strong, not just on the outside, but makes us resilient on the inside. Resiliency is key to combating anxiety. Can we face the circumstances that are before us? Can we convince ourselves that we will be fine as we travel through them? Can we find a way to make it through each moment? Take one inhale and exhale. One more inhale. And then exhale. Place your hands on the ground. Move back on your bum. Move your way into bound angle pose. So in bound angle, you can hold your toes. You can hold your ankles. Either way, what I want is for your heart to be lifted, for your knees to move down, and for your shoulders to move back and down. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up the heart center. And then exhale, draw your elbows into the ribs as you draw your heart center forward. Opening up those hips slightly with this forward fold. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, gently bring your knees together. Turn to the long, turn so that you are facing, where your feet are facing the short side of your mat on one side, the short side of your mat on the other with your head. Find your way down to Shavasana. Go ahead and lift up your hips, wiggle them out a little bit. Place them back down so that your sacrum is firmly supported. Lift up your shoulders, wiggle them out, and maybe place them back down so that you have them slightly rolled underneath to create space for your neck and your upper back. Now you can go ahead and extend your feet out. Turn your hands towards the ceiling. Allow your legs to relax. Start to scan your body, slowing down your breath. Look for places where your energy may be stuck, where you may still be holding tension. And tell all the parts of your body to relax. Imagine an experience where you are deeply connecting with the earth. Perhaps you have a favorite trail, a favorite part of the forest. Maybe you have a special spot that you like to visit when you you need to connect with yourself, when you need to ground yourself, when you need to reset. When I was growing up, that place was I guess it was the north end of Lake Gregory, the northeastern end. I'd take my dog down there, and I would hop over the guardrail and sit on the rocks of the dam and just watch the water move. Sometimes it was windy, sometimes it was just a little breezy. But I could guarantee this was my place I could go to think, to sort out my thoughts, to connect with nature, and to be grounded. So put that place in your mind, whatever your place is. Where do you like to go? See yourself there. Take in the smells around you. Take in the sounds. While you do that, continue to breathe gently in and out, allowing every part of your body to just sink into the mat, relaxing, settling down. I invite you to stay in Shavasana 5 to 10 minutes, maybe longer. Allow your consciousness to drift away. Allow through deep relaxation that experience like you have gone somewhere else for a time. That's when I know that I have most deeply relaxed. If you fall asleep in Shavasana, that's okay. It's a very good sign. Steven and I will be here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Sometimes a little later, depending on if I'm picking up hamburgers for my kid. Starting in January, we are going to be offering yoga in the park outside, off the mountain, weather allowing. We are looking at Sylvan Park, where they have a nice grassy area. They also have a beautiful gazebo. And I'm saying we just show up and have some community yoga. I will be putting out a flyer and giving you the information to sign up. Steven will provide the live music, and I will lead the class. And then afterwards, we will go out for vegan food. Thank you for coming tonight. The light in me sees the light in you. The yogi in me honors the yogi in you. Namaste and be well.